But as DB pointed out, we also like box office talk.
Yes, because it's the only industry where you really get a solid view of how things are going.
Yes, and things are not going well for Sony.
No, let's talk about Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire's second weekend first. A 65% week drop off of not a terribly huge box office to start with is never a good look.
No.
We're not quite in the category of Madam Web, but
Mm. Well, as long as it does better than Ghostbusters 2016, I mean, you can maybe call that a win.
so here's the tragic thing. Ghostbusters 2016 made a decent amount of money. It was just a stupidly expensive movie.
Oh,
Let's take a look see here. To the Wayback Machine. All right.
that's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ghostbusters Answer the Call. Its lifetime box office was 128 million, which means that Ghostbusters Afterlife only beat it by 1 million.
Oh.
Which means that if this thing keeps falling off,
Yeah.
mind you, this Ghostbusters Frozen Empire was significantly less expensive to make, so their road to profit is much shorter. I guess the lesson there is you got to actually have a good script. You can't just coast off of people liking the last one.
Yes, and you can only rely on Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson for so long.
Yeah, like it's easy to forget that some of or that they're in their 70s and 80s at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. In the case of Ernie Hudson, yeah, he's pushing 80.
Yeah, he looks good for his age, which is why you can forget about it.
But yeah,
Now, as far as a big new release, we've got Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
which did better than I was expecting it to.
Yeah, 80 million opening weekend is nothing to sneeze at all.
Yeah.
From reviews I've heard, it sounds like it's basically a children's cartoon,
Oh,
or I should say it's like a Saturday morning cartoon. Because for the whole MonsterVerse thing, they seem to have dialed in on the facts that wait a second, who's going to be interested in seeing two giant monsters beat the crap out of each other for an hour and a half? Oh, probably little boys. Okay, and they'll buy toys of Kong and Godzilla and stuff. Cool.
yeah, yeah,
That's our target market.
yeah, yeah. Makes sense.
Also, I was just noticing this. This thing actually had a smaller production budget than the 2016 Ghostbusters in unadjusted dollars.
Wow.
So I'd assume that this would be another $200 monstrosity, just given how much CGI there was. But
Yeah,
uh, I guess that they know how to dial in their budgets. Wow.
yeah, yeah. It's still more expensive than Godzilla minus one.
Look, look, that was a special once in a lifetime movie. Okay,
Okay, okay,
um, but still, much cheaper than the DCEU movies they crapped out last year.
that's true. Yeah,
Also cheaper than Dune Part Dos.
190, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 190. Um, so this one has crossed 600 million worldwide and 250 in the States. Um, Given the general lack of what I guess I'll call adult science fiction, as in not Godzilla and King Kong punching the crap out of each other for an hour, uh, it's probably going to stick around.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda is also doing much better than I feel like it deserves from the reviews I've heard.
Yeah. Wow.
150 million domestic. Just for reference, DreamWorks, show me DreamWorks. If you take a look at the last few DreamWorks movies,
Yeah.
yeah,
Trolls.
more than
Yeah.
Trolls and Ruby Gillman combined domestically. Um,
Wow.
and definitely, it's definitely their best performing one for a bit. So that tells you that they're probably not. I mean, considering they're doing big layoffs at DreamWorks, they're probably not going to be doing a lot of original IP anytime soon.
Yeah.
It does look like they're. I mean, they did just crap out another. Uh, oh, uh, what was that? What was that supervillain one they did?
Megamind.
Megamind. Thank you. I kept thinking Devious Mind, and that was wrong.
Yeah.
But they crapped out another straight to video quality Megamind movie for
Mm,
Paramount Plus or something that nobody liked. Or I don't know if it's out yet and nobody liked it, or if it's not out yet. There's no hype. But
yeah.
either way, not good.
Yeah.
But Kung Fu Panda 4. I mean, this is. Do they have a budget? They 85 million,
85. Mm,
sitting at 363 worldwide.
So back of the envelope math, eking out some profit, I guess.
Yeah, like if we assume that, yeah, if we assume that it has to like do 4 times its production budget to start making money, just which is fairly conservative, depending on the ad spend.
Yeah.
They're yeah, they're just around that worldwide. So
Yeah.
yep, uh, it has justified its existence.
Yes.
Rounding out the rest of the top 10, we got Immaculate by Neon, which I know we looked at what this. Oh, that's
Oh
right,
yeah,
the Nun
this
movie.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yes, doesn't seem to be doing too well, but this seemed more like a prestige project or like
Yeah.
an attempt to show some real acting rather than rely on her appeal. So
Yeah. Well, considering I have not seen any movies with her yet, I can't really comment on her acting ability.
yeah, I feel like we need to. It's one of these weeks once it's up on streaming somewhere. Anybody but you is getting our attention,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
considering how few new movies there actually have been to talk about.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I don't think we actually have a new movie this week that qualifies as new.
Yeah,
Look,
that's true.
with our definition of new being it was released direct to streaming or theaters within the last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got Toulouse Square, another Indian movie. No poster on it. So follow Tulu as his life is turned upside down following a mysterious murder. That
Mhm.
what a descriptive description.
Yeah. Only 450 theaters, so yeah.
Yeah, so that means that those theaters are making a nice per head or per capita there at
Yeah.
5,500 apiece.
Yeah.
It's here. Rounding off the top 10, Arthur the King, family dog movie,
Yeah.
19 million after 3 weeks. Hopefully it wasn't too expensive. I don't think Mark Wahlberg has a very big draw anymore.
No, I don't think he does, unfortunately.
It's here. Late Night with the Devil, horror
Horror
movie.
movie. Yeah.
Crew is a new one. Funasia. That seems like an interesting. No description whatsoever. Oh, it's a Hindi movie, so Indian.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Imaginary, another horror movie.
Yep. And looks like Bob Marley is not hitting 100 million,
Hmm.
which is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
The American Society of Magical People of Color has had a third weekend box office of 56,000.
Good.
Yes. And Madam Web has not crossed 45,000 or 45 million.
Ooh.
Yep, it's not going to cross 100 million. So you can rest a
Ouch.
little easier, the Marvels.
Yeah.